China's peaceman has reached Russia. I'm talking about this man, Li Hui. Hui is China's special representative for Eurasia, but right now he's got a very specific job. Bring peace to Ukraine. Easy, right? China has already released a 12-point peace plan to end the war. Ironically, the document doesn't even mention the word war. It talks about the crisis in Ukraine. Either way, Li Hui has been busy. He kicked off his mission impossible in Kiev. He then traveled to Warsaw, Paris, Berlin, even Brussels. Now he's in Moscow. What has China's peace envoy achieved so far? Virtually nothing. The fate of this peace mission was predetermined because China is not a neutral party. They have announced a no-limit partnership with Russia. Thus, they want to weaken the West, so China may not be fighting. But they have major stakes in this war, which is why Ukraine is wary of their plan. China's envoy met President Zelensky in Kiev. The president's message was crystal clear. Don't ask us to give up land. Don't ask us to freeze the fighting. And what does China's peace plan say? It's got 12 points, but 2 of them stand out. One is ceasing hostilities. China wants both Russia and Ukraine to stop fighting. 2, resuming peace talks. Basically, finding a long-term plan to coexist. Let's assume both these demands are met. Who does it benefit? Russia controls around 18% of Ukrainian territory. So if there is a ceasefire, Russian occupation will continue. Hence, Ukraine is wary. They have seen through China's plan, so have most European capitals. So Europe's message to China is twofold. 1, we don't plan to abandon Ukraine. 2, China must try to pressure Putin, not just for a ceasefire, but for a complete withdrawal. Which brings us to present day. Moscow is likely to be the last stop on this peace train. It's familiar terrain for Li Hui. He spent 10 years in Moscow as China's ambassador to Russia. Li has also served as the Deputy Foreign Minister of China. He's dealt extensively with ex-Soviet states. So the idea behind sending him is clear: to tell the world that China is serious about its peace plan. If any Chinese diplomat can get the job done, it's Li. But he has very little to work with. You see, China's peace plan is inherently pro-Russia. There's no way Ukraine will agree to it. But here's what the peace mission can achieve. An image makeover for China. Remember Beijing's wolf warriors? They turned diplomacy into insulting, shouting contests. The result was counterproductive. It depicted China as snobbish, even aggressive. So now Xi Jinping is changing strategy. He wants to be seen as the global peacemaker. First, he proposed a plan for Ukraine. Then, he brokered a deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran. And afterwards, he hinted at mediating between Israel and Palestine. The fact is, China doesn't want peace. It wants to create the perception of peacemaking because war suits their interest. Just think about it. If the fighting drags on, Russia becomes weaker, they will become more dependent on China, meaning Russia becomes a junior partner. Secondly, the West remains occupied. All their focus and money flows into Ukraine. Meanwhile, China is free to unleash chaos in the Indo-Pacific. The world must be wise to this plan. They must see it for what it is, a political stunt.